Felicia, co-founder and co-owner at Compass Land USA, your go-to resource for great deals on rural and vacant land. We have another land blog video to share with you today. Today we're looking at 4 things you can do with land in Costilla County. As a landowner or a potential landowner, you may be wondering how to make the land really work for you. You want to generate profits from the land, but how? So we're going to look at that here. And while many people buy land to add to their portfolio with big plans to profit, there are other people who have inherited or otherwise acquired land in Costilla County, but aren't sure if they should hold on to it or sell it. And every piece of property is different. Some can generate income, some should be developed, and other pieces of property should be resold with the profits generated from the sale invested elsewhere. You need to consider the area that the property is in when you're evaluating the 4 options we're going to talk about. So, for example, Costilla County, it's a bit more rural, right? It's in southwestern Colorado. It's about 14.6 miles east of Alamosa and 57 miles southwest of Pueblo. So it's in a more rural area. This isn't the area to put a brand new big shopping mall, right? You need to know your audience and market. The right piece of land can be very profitable and a versatile investment when you know what to do with it. So one option you have is develop it. Imagine the profits you could potentially generate from just one small piece of dirt. By taking a look at the property's highest and best use, you'll be able to determine just how the property should be developed in order to generate the highest profit. So you could potentially buy a lot for just a few $1,000s, build an economically priced house, and resell for a profit of thousands. You could also turn it into a rental property, helping to generate income for years to come. You could consider developing your property to build a rental cabin, which in Costilla County might not be a bad idea, right? It's close to hunting spots, there are lots of trees, forests, and outdoor activities. So you could develop it into, let's say, a simple A-frame cabin, or even make it an off-grid cabin. It doesn't need to be anything really fancy. Then you could rent it out on VRBO or Airbnb. That could be a very lucrative side hustle for you. Another option you have is to flip it. So maybe you have the opportunity to buy low and confident that you're going to be able to resell at a profit. There are people who specialize in this, buying and selling land as their main investment niche, and it's really easy to get started and the risk is relatively low. You just need to make sure that you really do your due diligence on the property and understand the local market. It wouldn't hurt to take a look at historical real estate trends either and try to get a feel for where the market could be headed, like if it's cyclical or if it spikes up and down randomly. While this might seem like a no-brainer, you should always have a backup plan in case the sale falls through. Luckily, the costs to own land are not very much, but if you were counting on those profits to pay for another investment, you might be out of luck. In Costilla County, property taxes are often less than a couple $100 a year. Some properties there are in HOAs though, so you'll have to keep an eye on that because that's an additional annual fee. Another option is to lease it. Yes, people lease out raw land. In fact, it's probably much more common than you think. You can take a look at where the parcel is located. Could it potentially be used as a parking lot for local events? Could a nearby business utilize it as designated parking solely for their customers? These examples admittedly might not be the best for land in Costilla County, but you could consider leasing the land for hunting, for camping, even to a neighbor who just might want to play around with some additional property. Before you attempt to lease it out, make sure it's zoned accordingly. You don't want to lease it to a business only to find out that they aren't able to do what they had intended with it. That could get you into a really messy and expensive legal situation, and no one really wants to deal with that headache. Another option is to hold it. Take a look at what the market is doing in the area. How has land been performing in comparison to other investment types? Has there been a steady rise in prices? or has land value in that area stayed relatively stagnant? If you're deciding whether to hold or to sell, you'll want to learn about future development and how it affects property values in the area. Development in the area could increase the demand for the land, leading to a bigger payday for you. However, you also want to watch for rising property values, because with higher values comes higher taxes. Will these taxes be a factor for you? If taxes go up, would it force you to sell the property earlier than you planned? How long do you have to hold the property to see a profit? If you need to hold for a long time before making any money, the taxes incurred in that time should be factored into any potential profits. So those are a couple options for what you can do with land in Costilla County. I hope you found this helpful. If you're looking for land for sale in Costilla County, you can check out our website, compasslandusa.com. We do a fair bit of work there, and we'd be happy to try and help you out on your land buying journey. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment below and I'll help you out. Talk to you soon.